Hi.
How are you?
Pretty good. So nervous.
Oh no, it's gonna be okay.
Okay, I hope so.
Okay,
Did you have a
okay.
good lunch?
I did, yeah. Thank you.
Good.
Are
Can
you
you
in
hear me
New?
okay?
Yeah. Whereabouts are you,
Good.
Kimmy?
I'm in Indiana.
Oh, okay. All
Yeah.
right. So tell me your seeking story, Kimmy, and what got you here.
Okay, I grew up in Japan,
Hmm.
so there's a lots of repressed emotions there. I guess it started about 3 years ago.
Hmm.
I had a pretty stressful life situation.
Hmm.
So I started meditation and it helped a lot. And then got into spirituality a little bit. Alan Watts, Eckhart Tolle,
Hmm.
Robert Adams, all those people. And then I saw Angelo on Zeta MD.
Okay, yeah.
And yeah, yeah, he dangled the biggest carrot.
Hmm.
So I guess that's when I started seeking pretty hard.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Uh, Rupert Spira, Andy Adishante. Yeah, pretty
Yeah.
much
Yeah.
same as everybody.
And then how did you get here? How did you find me?
I think I saw your channel about the same time when I started watching Angelo.
Okay.
Um, yeah,
And
I'm
have you
not good
seen
at
some of the?
telling stories.
Oh, that's okay. That's okay. And have you seen some of the one-on-ones or?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I did. I actually stopped seeking about a year ago because my dog got sick.
Oh.
Yeah, and she passed away in January. So
No.
yeah, I started back up about a month ago and I came across your one-on-one videos.
Okay.
And yeah, I started binge watching. I think I saw pretty much half of them so
Oh
far.
wow. Oh
Yeah.
wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I can't watch anybody else now though after watching your one-on-ones.
Okay. Yeah, it's
But
pretty
yeah.
direct, right?
Yeah.
It's basically saying stop.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's basically it, right? Because it's here. Whatever you're looking for is here, right? So the mind just creates this narrative there's a carrot in next.
Hmm.
And it's just basically all of the context that you have is just in the belief.
Right.
Yeah. It's almost like I just a sobriety from that. So, for example, at this very second, what do you believe if you're not able to access the past or the future?
I'm so nervous.
It's okay. Just go directly, right? Just at this instance, just this moment. If you're not going able to go to the past or the future, what do you believe?
I don't know what I believe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there you go. So it's that simple. If you don't know what you believe, then if the past is made up and the past is just basically a belief and the future is a belief and the past is a belief, then it's got to be this, this blank space that I don't know. And the I don't know, basically, what are you without the I and the don't know?
Nothing.
Yeah. And if it's nothing, what's between nothing and not nothing?
It's just blank.
Yeah. So isn't non duality supposed to be unthinkable, unknowable, um, not separate? So if it's blank, there's a peace here, there's a directness here. There's no next. The next is just an idea. The past creates a reality that you maintain in the future, right?
Mm-hmm.
But what if this is it's just so simple. The simplicity in is often overlooked by people when they're seeking because it's right here. It's always been here. And it's very subtle. There's almost like a really subtle immediacy. If you're not able to go to the past or the future, then what is missing here? Yeah.
Nothing.
Yeah. It could be this um, the idea will try to come, you know what I'm saying? To try to
Yeah. I still feel like I have a sense of self in my
and that's okay.
brain.
And that's okay.
Yeah.
What's wrong with that, right? And
Yeah.
again, if you look at it, if you really want to look at it, a sense of self is just another belief. It's a
It's
bunch of
no
beliefs.
belief.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's just a bunch of belief, basically, right? But there's nothing wrong with it. The default setting is that there's something missing. So it can come out as there's still a sense of self. There's nothing, this is not it or something. But what do you with that language? Where's the sense of self?
Can't
Yeah,
say anything.
exactly. Yeah,
Right.
yeah. But it's so direct, right? That you sometimes, you know what, the mind will try to panic. We'll try to say, well,
Yeah,
there's still
it's
this.
panicking. My heart's beating
That's
fast.
okay. Yeah. But it's kind of like when you're a baby, right? Was there a sense of self when you're a baby? No. Was there any beliefs when you're a baby?
No.
No. And then we started learning that belief, a bunch of belief becomes a sense of self, right?
Mm-hmm.
The I am, the me, the character, the mind, the ego, whatever it is, right? But they're just words. So what do you without words at this moment?
Just
Yeah.
whatever
Yeah. And there's a
this is.
peace. Yeah, there's a peace without the words. All right. It's a peace that cannot be understood, but the peace is in the directness. It's not in the next, it's not in the past. The peace is always here. There's a contentment here. The words just create a narrative that there's something missing. But without the words, what's missing? Exactly, right?
Hmm.
But you've just been so used to thinking that you're always addicted to the next, the next, the next, the
Oh
next, right?
yeah, it's crazy.
It's like an addiction, basically, right? To thinking,
Yeah,
yeah, it's always trying to make a case for reality, the thoughts, right? So, but what's reality without a thought? What's reality without a belief?
hmm.
Mhm. And there's just a directness that's unfolding in the moment, right? The mind will try to distract you and everything. But
Oh
if you
yeah,
take away the
it's
language, where's the mind?
just my heart beating.
Yeah, that's basically it, right? And it's that simple. It's that simple, right? It's not like a big hooray or big aha, because that's you'll keep on waiting for that one. But there's an aha in every moment. It's just my heart beating. There's a wow, you know what I'm saying? But not a wow. It's just like it's just it's simple. It's subtle. It's clear. It's direct. It's not what the mind wants. The mind wants some big, you know, realization. But there's just a realization in this moment that there's nothing to realize, because what are you going to realize when it's just all words? What are you going to get when the words are all made up? So in the absence of, oh, you just blank.
Sorry.
That's okay.
Bad internet connection.
No worries. No worries.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, I still feel like I don't know. I don't know what I feel.
that's okay. That's okay. Feelings still happen, you know what I'm saying? And directness, whatever. But what if you take away the I from the feeling?
Mhm.
Yeah. What if you unlabel the word feeling? What's left?
My mind's trying to
And that's okay.
come up
That's
with
okay.
something. Yeah.
Yeah, that's okay. If you can't, you know what, if it's the past or the future, then it's irrelevant. And that's the only thing that the mind can do, is talk about the past and the future. It can't really go directly, because in this directness, is there a mind while you're talking? No, it's just automatic, right? Right now is there. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And the more that this unfolds, right? It's a gradual unfolding for some people. The more life
Yeah.
becomes at ease, because there's no more, you know what? Because you're beginning to see slowly that the past and the future is a fabrication. It's not really
Yeah.
here.
I see that. Yeah.
Yeah. So life becomes more direct, more present, right? Then there's just this peacefulness with what's happening, because you're not trying to say that, oh, I wonder when I'm going to wake up. No, because that's irrelevant. It's here. When will I get this? It's here. What's to get when it's always here? It's always here. If you're not thinking, what's missing?
Nothing's
Yeah.
missing.
Yeah. Then life becomes full again, right? It's almost like when you're a kid again, when you're biking. Um, Maybe not in Japan, because Japan is more repressed.
Yeah. Well, I had a pretty good childhood though.
Oh, good, good, good.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
lived by the ocean and we went
Oh,
swimming and all
whereabouts,
that. Yeah.
whereabouts in Japan?
I'm from the southern part,
Okay.
Shikoku. Yeah.
Shikoku.
So it's
Okay.
pretty nice. Yeah.
That's right.
You're
Yeah.
from Philippines, right?
I'm from the Philippines. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I've been
Nice.
talking to a lot of Japanese people lately.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like they're in Japan and talking to you?
Well, no, in the States.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
there just last week, I probably had 3 Japanese people that are,
Oh,
yeah,
really?
yeah.
There's a lot of Japanese people in Canada, I think. Yeah.
There is, yeah, there is.
Yeah.
Especially in
Canada seems
Vancouver.
nice.
Have you been to Vancouver?
No, I've never been.
There's a lot of Japanese in Vancouver.
Oh,
I remember
yeah.
when I was in my 20s, I would hang out with these guys that just their life was just snowboarding.
Oh, wow.
Just
That sounds
snowboarding.
nice.
Direct from Japan, right? They just go there with their
Oh,
snowboard, and
yeah.
that's all they did. Snowboarding and drinking.
Oh,
Japanese.
yeah. Big.
Yeah,
We're big on drinking.
that's right.
I used to drink a lot, but I quit 2 years ago.
Sake's was pouring all the time, right? And
Oh, my goodness. Yeah.
yeah, all the time. I was like, oh,
It'll
this.
get you.
Yeah.
It's so easy to drink. So you're like, eh.
Because it's warm and it's nice, right? And all of a sudden
I
you're like,
know. It's like,
yeah,
yeah. Crazy stuff.
sake bombs.
Oh, yeah. I can't do
You put two
that.
chopsticks, right, on a Sapporo,
Yeah.
and
And
then you
then,
put a sake. Yeah,
yeah.
the cold and the heat. All right,
Right.
it's nice. Yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah, that's what I'm saying, right? The more that we get to um get accustomed to our thinking that there's missing, it starts with self-improvement. If you look at it, right?
Oh, yeah.
There's
Big
some
time.
things wrong with me, right? So We
Mm-hmm.
start listening to others, and then we look up to others that, oh, look at how, beautifully serene Eckhart is, or
Oh,
how,
I know.
right? That kind of
Have you
thing.
heard of Adyashanti's awakening story?
Yeah, I have. I've followed Adyashanti for quite a
Yeah.
while,
I
right?
was like, I want that.
I want that. Yet
Yeah.
it's so impossible, right? It's almost like,
Yeah.
yeah. And he was he's great, you know what I'm saying? But it's just so
Yeah.
inaccessible, right?
Yeah. I felt
Yeah.
so hopeless
Yeah.
watching his stuff. I was like, oh, I'm never gonna get
Yeah.
this.
Yeah. When it's everybody is already. We just think that
Mm.
we're not. That's basically it. There's already ever since we're babies, basically, if you look at it, right? Just like
Yeah.
when you're looking at your dog is so aware and so, awake, right? If you remember your dog,
Yeah.
right? What kind of dog was your dog?
She was a Rottweiler.
I love
Big
Rotties.
dog. Yeah. Good
I love
dogs. Yeah.
Rottweilers. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. She had a massive stroke and
Oh,
yeah, seizures. Yeah.
but how
I
old
had to,
was she?
she was 12, almost 12. Yeah.
They're the sweetest. Rotties are very sweet.
Yeah. Very
Right?
loyal.
Yeah, and
Good
very
dogs.
baby, like big babies, basically.
Oh, yeah. People were scared of them, though.
Yeah, my friend has a
Yeah.
Rottweiler, right? She's in Vancouver. And when I was in BC, I used to walk the Rottweilers, and they were so sweet. They're so sweet, just
Oh,
the
I
sweetest,
know.
the sweetest,
Yeah,
right?
they just want to please you.
Yeah, and then they climb on you, like, and they put go. They think some of them think
Yeah,
that
big
they're
lap
lap
dog.
dogs. Yeah,
Yeah, they're the best.
yeah,
I
but
still
yeah,
have my cat though.
you have your
Yeah.
cat. Are you plan to get another dog?
I'm thinking about it, but I think it's too soon right now.
With
Yeah.
me, right? My dog passed away almost 3 years ago. A couple of months later, I got
Mm,
another one, and
couple months. Yeah.
yeah, a couple months, yeah.
Yeah.
And it's beautiful just to have them, right? It's almost like when I saw the puppy and it had the same smile as my dog. I'm like, that's the one.
Mm,
You know how they have this facial expression, right? and
yeah.
and she does the same facial expression. So I have a new
Oh,
baby, right? So she's 2 years old now, turning three.
2 years old. Oh, wow.
Almost
I've
3 years.
seen your dog on Instagram. She's really cute.
Yeah, she's super cute. Yes, she's
Yeah. Is she
she's
there?
we yeah she's we go for like a big walk in the morning, right? So
Oh,
yeah, so she gets
yeah, we
tired.
used to walk a lot. Yeah, we used to do a lot of trail walking.
Yeah, and you
Yeah,
should get
but
another one. It's
I
beautiful.
know. Yeah.
Puppies are hard in the beginning, right? But it's so worth it.
Oh, yeah, it is. Yeah. Yeah, I don't get out anymore because my dog is not here.
Yeah.
So yeah, I should get one.
We should
Yeah.
get one. You should get one, because for
Yeah.
me, it's almost, and this is just a story. It's almost a good companion for awakeness, because do
Mm.
you see how awake they are, right?
Oh yeah, they're so
You're so
present.
awake. Yeah,
Yeah.
cats are great too, by the way.
Cats are really present. They don't care about anything, really.
Yeah.
They don't care. She doesn't care about meat either.
That's right.
Yeah, I'm a dog person at
Yeah,
heart,
I
but
love cats, but I'm a dog person, I have to say, right?
yeah, she was a stray, so she just showed up on my house. So
Oh, okay. Yeah.
yeah,
She adopted you, basically.
yeah, it's her house now,
It's a
pretty much.
yeah.
I just
Yeah.
live here.
Get if you have a cat, get a puppy, because usually cat doesn't like dogs that are rescues. So there'll be
Oh
wars in
yeah.
your house. Yeah. But when it's a puppy, for some odd reason, the cats,
Mm.
like my dog, right? My first dog, I already had two cats, right? So when he came around, um,
Oh wow.
they kind of like they treated him like a cat, and he acted like a cat for quite a while, right? So he would kind of like,
Yeah.
he would go to
Rubbing on
the
you.
yeah, he would go to the tap water and go like this, right?
That's so
Because
cute.
that's how he learned, right? So
Hmm.
but yeah. So awakeness, or whatever you might want to call it, this has nothing to do with concepts and words and ideas. It's just being basically, without being. I don't know, that sounds weird. So it's in between thinking and not thinking. What's there?
Yeah, I keep asking myself all the time.
Yeah. And then what's between doing and not doing? Like your heartbeat, it's doing, but you're not doing it.
Right.
Yeah. It's the same thing with what's happening. There's a doing, but you're not doing it. And that's just a story
What?
again.
Yeah. Why do I feel like I'm doing it
It's
though?
just a belief. It's just a belief. You
Believe.
started believing that you're doing these things, right? You start
Yeah.
believing that you're Kimmy. You start believing that there's something wrong with you. You start believing that there's people like, Adyashanti and Eckhart and everybody else that is separate from you,
Right.
or they have a better story.
Yeah. They're
Yeah.
special.
No. Yeah. But if you really look at it, if you take away the language, what's the difference between you and Adyashanti?
Nothing.
Nothing. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Isn't it crazy?
It is crazy.
Yeah.
Wow. Hmm.
I love there's an affinity for homeless people for me. I always see them. And sometimes once in a while I'll see a homeless person that has this awakeness. And I
Mm.
usually, you know what, I'm usually kind of like shy, you know what I'm saying, with asking, but with homeless people, there is, I don't know what it is, right? So I usually, maybe once in a while, you know what, I'm like, hey, do you want to go for lunch or something? And then I hear their story. And sometimes people that on the streets, right, that you'll hear the story that they used to be stockbrokers and they lost everything. One day
Mm.
they just walked out of the job. They were traumatized. They left everyone behind. And then, and then one day they were just at peace with it. So what's the difference between that and Adyashanti?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I usually see them. Usually they're older, like what, man that, that they're not drinkers or whatever, but they're just there. And they seem to be content. Look around sometimes, right? I always
Yeah.
spot them, right? It's like they've gone through some hardship and everything, but no one really approaches them or no one even talks to them or whatever, right? They're the
Hmm.
usually ones that helps the other homeless people. It's almost
Yeah.
like they're the ones that would help someone that's suffering and everything.
Hmm.
And it's beautiful to see that, in this appearance, even at that life, right, there's going to be people that have seen through this, and and they're not caught up in their thoughts anymore. So there's a clarity. Even if they don't have a house or they don't have a job and everything, there's clarity.
Yeah.
There's
I'm
just
so
almost,
tired of watching my thoughts.
yeah,
Like,
well, you don't have to,
I don't have
because
to.
that's just another thought.
It's
It's just another
crazy.
belief, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Why do I keep doing it though? I feel like I have to, and I have
It's just
thoughts.
almost
I
like an
feel
addiction,
bad.
a
Yeah.
programming, because everybody talks about that, the
Yeah.
aware, all that kind of thing, right? When
Yeah.
you
You're
become
not your
aware,
thoughts.
you're not your
Yeah.
thoughts, that kind of thing, right? So what's
Yeah.
between thoughts and no thoughts?
Hmm.
There you go.
Hmm.
And you know what, some people, like people that I've talked to, maybe in the beginning, the first couple of weeks or month, you know what I'm saying, they keep on going back and forth, but there's a flow that happens that you're not watching anymore. There's just a flow that's beautiful. So don't think about the next, you know what I'm saying, or disregard the next, because you'll say, well, what do I do after this talk? That's irrelevant. It's already here. It's almost like it's just an identification that you are your thoughts. What's
Hmm.
between you are your thoughts and you are not your thoughts?
It's just blank.
Yeah. Yeah. And when the blankness, what we can't talk about, the nameless or whatever, becomes more prominent, then the thoughts would not really matter if they're here or not here, right? Because it just becomes this flow. And it just becomes this immediacy, right? So it's uh, you're not chasing them anymore because there's no past or future. If you start seeing it that they're all fabrication, it's kind of like catching a liar.
Mm-hmm.
When you catch the lie, right? You don't believe in anything that they say anymore.
So if there's no past or future, there's no now either, right? Because there's
There's no
no
now, yeah.
reference point.
That's what it is, right? So if you take away the past or the future, kind of like when I say go in between past and future, what's there? When you see that there's no past and future, then there's really no now as well.
Yeah.
There's just something here that's direct that you can't say.
Yeah, it's always appearing and disappearing at
Disappearing.
the
Yep.
same time,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. So yeah, it doesn't
I feel
matter
like I have to grasp it. Like I have to
because you've
understand
been
it.
it's almost like you have believed, you know what I'm saying, what people are saying. This is
Mhm.
like a purging of that, right? It's almost like a an unlearning of all the things that you learned that you have to grasp it. Because it's so
Yeah.
contradictory, right? Because someone will say, well, there's no self. Um, then you have to grasp
Yeah.
that. So it's between
Yeah.
self and no self. Yeah.
Can't say.
Yeah. The moment that you can say it, then it either has an opposite or trying to take you to the past or the future, right?
Hmm.
The eternal now doesn't have an opposite, right? I don't even know what to call it. The timeless does not have time.
How do you stay there though?
If you see that there's no next, then right? Yeah. If there's no next, if there's no past, then what is it
Yeah.
then, right? It's so clear.
Right. Mm.
It's been quite a while now for this, right? So I also had those, feelings, right? I'm like, so one day I was walking down, a year into clarity. I'm like, oh, this is so great. I've finally arrived, that kind of thing. And then I had
Hmm.
this tightness in my chest, and I was like, oh no, it came back. The key is, but I went back home and I took some antacids. It was just gas, you know. The key is not to come into any position. The moment that you think that you got it, you will lose it. Because that's how the mind,
Yeah.
yeah. The mind got it,
Tricky.
the mind grasped it. So it's good that you're grasping it because there's nothing to grasp, right? So what's between I got it and I lost it?
My mind just goes blank automatically now.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So the more kind of like again, this is just a story, right? The more exposure into this directness, right? The mind becomes impotent, it becomes
Hmm.
powerless, right? And it's just basically like it can't go here
What
because
is
again,
mine though? What
it's
is
just
mine?
it's just who knows, because mind, the moment that you answer it, the mind will respond with like, well, it is just more mind, right?
Yeah, it just keeps going on,
The
on.
mind can't undo the mind because it's just mind stuff. It will just keep on, it will just keep on circling back and forth, right?
Hmm.
It's like a phenomena, right? Something that is just, it's almost like some people might see it as there's nothing wrong or right about it. It's just an appearance. It's a mirage. But when you go closer to that mirage, oh, it's not even there.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's an appearance, right? It's an appearance that we believe that, it's like it's almost like a Siri or like an Alexa.
Mm.
It's
Feels so real though. I feel like my
oh yeah,
mind is
because imagine
right
if
here.
Siri was programmed to be real, then you will believe
Mm.
it's real, right? The
Right.
programming is that it's reality. it confuses you what is, it
Yeah.
confuses you basically, right? So, and then it creates this. For example, when you're born, was there a mind?
I don't remember
Yeah.
anything.
And then when you're about to die, you know what I'm saying? You take your last breath, where's the mind? Or people even get it easier, or not easier, but or maybe easier
Then
when
what
they
is
get
this
dementia.
though? What is this though? That's what my mind wants to understand.
Yeah,
Like,
well, if you answer that, then you will just get more mind stuff.
yeah, there's no answer. Oh my gosh.
What's between this and not this?
I don't
Mhm.
know.
Yeah,
Hmm.
it's just a beautiful I don't know, because there's no you
Yeah.
to know, right? So it's almost like it's a beautiful kind of like picture visual ride with feelings and sensations and taste and senses. It only lasts for about 80, 90 years. And then it goes back
Just
into what always is, right? So enjoy it is what I always try to say. Be
yeah.
direct with life. If this appearance is you being human, be human, right?
Yeah.
Eat,
I was just
get.
so miserable
I
seeking. Like,
know.
it's
Don't
crazy.
worry.
It's
If you've seen my videos, I've been there. I've suffered so much being
yeah.
in my
It's like,
mind, being on my
how did
thoughts, right?
how did I get here? Like, why am I seeking?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And again,
But
right?
I
There's
couldn't
this,
stop.
yeah. But there's this beautiful world to see, beautiful new dogs to meet. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And life just becomes alive again, right? Trails to walk.
Hmm. Right.
Yeah. My life has become boring and simple, but it's the most content I've ever been. It's the most peaceful I've ever been, right? I
Right.
used to chase relationships, money,
Oh
success,
yeah.
enlightenment, because I
Me
was I
too.
was I was identified with the mind, right? The mind wants this. It was the mind's default setting is it's never enough. But if there's no language, it's always enough. If you take away the words, isn't this enough already?
Yeah, there's
Yeah,
nothing to get, really.
yeah,
Right?
yeah. What's there to get? And then you start
Yeah.
seeing that all words are made up, they're fabrication, they're just, yeah, alphabet soup.
Why is it like this though? It's
If I had an answer, I would just be giving
yeah.
you more mind stuff.
Yeah.
It's just intellectualing something that cannot be intellectualized, right? I can
Yeah.
come up with stories, but the problem is you might believe it. And
Oh
if you
yeah, I
believe it,
will.
and
Yeah.
if you believe it, then you're stuck in the mind again. Because you want what you think I have, right?
Oh yeah.
But I don't have anything. There's just a clear slate here, just like you here right now. The mind is trying to occupy that clean slate, right? That clarity. It's clarity without language, without, to be honest, like I can't read any spiritual or non-duality books anymore. Um,
Mm.
for a long 8 years now, right? Because I do
Yeah.
enjoy fiction.
Do you?
I do. There's this book that I highly recommend. It's called The Goldfinch. It's a 32-hour audiobook.
Oh wow.
And it's just about someone that had trauma. He lost his mom at a young age, and at the I'll try to ruin it, not try to ruin, but at the end of it, he goes to the in-between. It's beautiful. So I love stories like that of, you know,
Like
sometimes,
true fiction. Yeah.
yeah, right. Fact
Not
fiction.
somebody's trying to
Yeah.
teach you
And then
something
and then
or
and then sometimes and then the book, oh my goodness, at the end of the book, there was just this beautiful, he was just talking about the in-between really, really lucidly. some of the best authors out there are writing from that space of clarity.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? It's art, right? This is art. You are not what you think you are, but you are a masterpiece. And then when we try to change that masterpiece, we suffer.
Yeah, I can
Yeah.
see that.
Yeah. So there's just a contentment of this flaws and everything, whatever it is, right? There's just contentment because if you look at it, this is perfection without any thoughts. Some people might not think, or whatever, but it doesn't matter what thinking others or you think because this is as is. So the more that there's contentment and what's between acceptance and rejection?
Can't say.
Yeah, there's just this flow. It's just a flow, right? Because you can't hold on to anything, so it's just flowing. There's a guy that I was talking to earlier. It's like, oh, Emerson, you ruined seeking for me. I can't do seeking anymore.
It can be kind of enjoyable sometimes because you
Oh
feel
yeah, yeah, because you're you're
like when
you're
you get something, like,
you're getting
I'm
filled
gonna
with
get it.
fantasies, right?
Yeah. That's why it's addicting.
It is. It's like, oh, you know what? I'm going to
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
going to
getting
listen to
close.
this. I'm getting close, right? Oh, you
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? Um, oh, according to this person, oh yeah, yeah, this person is talking about it, right?
Hmm.
But you know what? You're just chasing your own tail. It's just going in circles and circles and circles, right? Because it's just another
Yeah.
belief that you're having, right? You believe that they have something that you don't.
Oh yeah, big time. I
Off-putting
used to
because
hate I used to hate watching Angelo's interviews with people,
yeah,
who've already had their experience. And
yeah, yeah,
I watched them now. I felt like crap after watching it.
yeah, yeah.
Like,
But at least with
good
this
for them.
one-on-ones, he's great. He's good, saying. But with me, I just want to go direct. Let's just take all of the frills. Let's take all of the show.
Yeah.
Let's get all of our pedestals, right?
Yeah.
And just be
It
direct.
just got tiring. There's
Yeah.
so much stuff and you have to do this and that.
Yeah. And then because
Yeah.
now they have a story of how I got here. You can do it
Yeah.
too, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
big time.
Yeah. But here it is
Mm.
without any frills, without any, it's just raw here right now, right? It's and you've seen this 200 times. I have so much more videos that I can't release because for privacy, right?
Mhm.
So if this is just so available, this is really simply always awake, right? Because it's here.
That's a good name though, right? Yeah.
It is a good name, yeah.
Hmm.
But yeah, it's just so immediate, right? That's why people the mind wants to reject this because it's always here. But I love talking to people that have become my friends now, of how they navigate through life now when there's no more, identification with the past or the future. Or, like there's this young guy that messages me and it's just so beautiful, beautiful, right? Because it when we come into this space, we're equal right away.
Mm. I get jealous of those young people.
Oh, you know what?
I'm 50 now, so
You look young. We're
you
Asian.
do too. Asian
Yeah.
don't raisin.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's gonna be, if we release this video, there's gonna be people are going, damn it, I'm jealous of that.
Yeah, what's their secret?
What's your secret? Genetics and rice.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
A lot of fish. A lot of
Fish,
fish in the
yeah.
diet, right?
Yeah, true.
I love When I was like 18, I discovered Japanese food, and it was not popular yet. Remember before, it was not quite popular in North America yet.
Right. Now sushi is everywhere. Everybody
It's
loves
like,
it.
yeah,
Yeah.
before, um, I would have to take a bus. I remember that, and travel like an hour and a half. You know what I'm saying? I think maybe I was
Gosh.
17, and just to eat at a sushi restaurant, right? I'm like, oh, I love this.
Mm,
And then in my early 20s, I didn't need a job, but I wanted to work in a Japanese restaurant. So
mm.
I applied and they hired me,
Oh,
but they
wow.
noticed that I was just there to eat, right? So
I
I
worked at
was
a Japanese restaurant
oh, it's
too
so
in the
good. And
States.
I was just super nice to the chef, right? The chef always gave me, he goes, "Oh,
Leftovers.
Emerson, my favorite guy." He would give me this big sashimi plate. I'll be like, you
Oh,
know,
yeah.
I
Well,
love
I'm
the,
actually vegan now, so
oh, you're vegan now.
no
Okay.
fish for
No
me. So
fish. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, you used to be a hardcore vegan, right?
Oh yeah, I was at one point, I was just eating fruits that fell off a tree.
It's
The least
crazy.
harm, right? You know? And
Wow.
but I was doing it and I'm going to I was doing it for spiritual reasons. And I and then my health was not good, you know what I'm saying? To some
Yeah.
people it works, for some people it doesn't,
Yeah,
right? So
um I like it. I'm not like a very strict, like militant vegan,
yeah.
meat is murder.
Well, if you look at
I
my
just
fridge right now, it's all salads.
oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
I just like how I
I
feel
love
on the diet.
salads. Even in the
Me
winter, I love
too.
salads, right? Um,
Yeah.
it's funny, right? Because I live on my own now, that I eat so much more healthier. I thought that
Mm.
I was going to be eating burgers and
Yeah,
fries,
carry
and
out.
I
Yeah.
don't know, you know what? But I still love eating whatever, right? There's a joy for eating here.
Yeah.
And then if I see that this is all fabrication anyway, right?
Yeah,
I'm still,
it's
you know what? I still, you know what? If I go to a grocery, I would pick the humanely raised, you know what I'm saying? Humane kind of thing of
mm-hmm.
doing it. Um,
Right.
and you know what? Because I was vegan for quite a long time, I will still eat cauliflower wings over real wings.
Oh,
You know,
they're good.
it's so good. Oh my goodness,
Yeah. Anything
they're.
fried is good.
I love it. I have this recipe, which is basically it's a vegan with the Korean sauce.
Mm.
With the gochujang, flakes
Oh,
basically.
yeah.
So you add butter to it, or like plant-based butter, and then
Mm-hmm.
you add some maple syrup,
Ooh, I need to try that.
and then you just mix it all together. Add some more chili if you like spicy, um, and then you just
Mm.
drizzle it over the cauliflower wings, basically.
Yeah, I need
Yeah,
to try that. I love cooking, so yeah,
and it's
I'll
so
try that.
simple. Just buy a head of cauliflower,
Mm-hmm.
um, um, put some cornstarch on it. You know what I'm saying? Put it in the air fryer. The most crispiest stuff ever. Yeah. So
Yummy.
I've been eating like twice, cauliflower wings because it's so easy to make, right? And I make a
Yeah.
big batch of sauce, right? So I just drizzle the sauce, and it's just so good. Oh,
Mm.
sesame oil, and sesame oil with
Sesame
the
oil. Yeah.
sesame oil. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Sesame oil is the
yeah,
best.
yeah. It is. Yeah, and yeah, but there's just this beautiful, and I was doing it to get enlightened, so that's not the vegan story. So I was not being
Yeah.
genuine with it, right? So
Right.
yeah, I was not doing it for the animals, you know.
Oh, okay.
I was doing it to be more superior spiritually than everybody
Oh,
else, which was when I kind of like noticed that. Like first, my health was failing too.
yeah.
Yeah, but if you're doing it for the animals, you know what? You, I find that animal lovers, right?
Mm-hmm.
It makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It makes sense now, but who knows? I don't know.
Who knows? Yeah, yeah, yeah. And again,
Mm.
you're not really even choosing it, to be honest with you. It's just what's
Right?
happening. Yeah. You think that you're choosing it, but it's just what's happening. It's just what's occurring. It's just what's flowing, basically, right? So, vegan or no vegan, it's just what's flowing. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
it's
just,
just
yeah,
too simple though. It's
It's too
like,
simple. I know it's too simple. Do you
and
still
my
like, do you still
mind
eat?
thinks it's boring. It's like, I
Yeah,
need
that's what
drama.
it is. Well, the mind is the drama queen, if you noticed.
Oh yeah, big time.
It's such a
I'm so tired of it.
well, you
Mm.
know what? It's over if you see that there's this eternal flow. The moment that you think that you're got it or don't get it, then it will just keep on going to the next. But if there's just a peace with no matter what's happening, and there's peace when you can't go to the past or the future, and then there's just this beautiful flow, life appearing as it is, unencumbered by thoughts, unaffected by past or future. Um, Beliefs become, powerless, and there's just this immediacy. It's almost very intimate. Life becomes very intimate. And that, you know what, even now, like, we haven't really met and we're sharing beautiful stories, you know what I'm saying? That's the intimacy that I
Yeah.
talk about, right? There was this person that is crippled with anxiety and said, I can't do the one-on-one Emerson because I can't even. I'm like, just try it, just try it. And then you know what?
Yeah.
The first 10 minutes, all of a sudden we were like best friends. He goes, oh, I
I
don't even
know
talk
you're
to people.
so approachable. Like,
Yeah. Oh, thank you.
yeah,
Thank
you
you.
seem so kind.
Oh, well, because I've
You're a
done a
dog
lot of,
person, so
what's
yeah.
that? Huh?
You're a dog person. I
Yeah.
trust. I trust them.
Yeah. Well, you know what? After you've gone through so much suffering, you don't want a person to go to that path, right?
Hmm.
To go to that,
Yeah.
it's almost like you're on. If you have reached me, it means that you're desperate.
Oh my gosh, I
Yeah.
was.
Yeah.
I was gonna stop and my dog passed away, and I was like, well, I gotta start back up.
What's that?
I had to, I have to do it again, start back up.
Yeah.
And I
Oh,
came
yeah, yeah.
across your 101 videos. I was like, this is different.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Right.
Yeah.
Because I was doing the talking nonstop, right? And just having people that have apparently gotten this already. And it's just
Hmm.
creating a division, right? So, it's just a
Yeah.
lot of people are like, oh, and and a lot of people were getting, it's the same people coming back and forth. I completely forgot that I was supposed to have a February meeting.
I
And
was waiting on that because
you know
I
what?
wanted to make sure my Zoom was working because I've never used
I'll
Zoom
do it in
before.
March. Yeah, I'll do it in March. But that's what I'm saying,
Okay.
right? It doesn't matter, right?
Yeah.
It's there's no attachment to it whatsoever. Because people don't get attached to that meeting, right? Because um they're looking for that relief and everything. But the relief is not in the
Hmm.
next, it's in the moment. We just become non-duality junkies, right? We're looking for the next hit, the next hit,
Oh,
the next hit,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Maybe this non-duality teacher or speaker has better stuff,
Yeah.
just like a junkie.
I'm a good student too. I'm Japanese, you're supposed
I
to
know.
be a good
Me
student and
too.
learn
Oh my goodness.
Asian thing, right?
Asian thing, right?
You have to get an
for
A,
for
A
me, it's like,
plus.
okay, if I get a book, I'm gonna finish it. I finish the book,
Yeah,
right?
right.
Um, and when I tackle something, I'll try to understand. Like when I got to Adyashanti, I read all of his books, right?
Did you? Yeah, I
Yeah,
read a couple. Yeah.
yeah. And but it just becomes conceptual. I know that they're being earnest and they're trying to express it as clearly as ever, but it can't, for some odd reason, it can't, it's not accessible for a lot of people.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're accustomed to that monk lifestyle, right? Basically, where you have to be
Zen.
very
Yeah.
zen and serene and everything. But what
Mm-hmm.
if you have, a dog and a cat and you're running a house, that kind of thing, right? So,
Mm-hmm.
or you're taking care of your mom, or you have,
Yeah.
you don't live in a cave, you don't live in a monastery, right? So the way that I express this is that whatever it is, it already is. You just think it's not. It's already awake, right? If you take away, and it's just a very direct expression, because what's the point of me of talking nonstop if you don't experience it if you don't see it directly. So that's why the
Right.
one-on-one for me is just, it's just almost like the only way at this moment
Mm-hmm.
anyway, right?
Yeah.
To be direct for seekers that are, but there's also people that just watches the video and you'll hate them more because they're like, oh, thank you, Emerson. I just watched one of your videos and that was over for me. And I'm like, what?
I know. I was like, I wish I could do
Or
that.
the young people, right? So every time I get a 20-year-old and you know what? Within like 1 minute, they're like, oh, okay. Yeah.
Wow.
But they also don't know their story. Like there's this 20-year-old guy that he said that he's been suffering since he was 10 years old. I
Hmm.
just think that this suffering gets accelerated younger now compared to
Oh
us.
yeah, the
Yeah, you see it.
society is
Do you
just
have
horrible.
kids or do you have
No, I was in a really toxic marriage for a long time, and
okay,
we didn't
no
have
kids?
kids. No
Oh,
kids.
that's a good thing if it
Yeah,
was toxic,
it
right?
was a blessing in
Yeah,
disguise. Yeah,
yeah,
we tried to have kids and then we couldn't. Thank
yeah,
goodness.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, got out 10 years ago and he started harassing me again out of
Oh,
nowhere
yeah.
3 years ago. That's when I started meditating.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's what it is, right? We end up in this toxic
yeah.
relationships, right? And equally that I'm saying we
Hmm.
brew the pot basically of that toxicity, right? So
Oh, yeah. It was
and
horrible.
yeah, and it's just yeah. And then we start suffering and then we start looking for something better, right?
I
So
know. So
because
it's
it's so
suffering.
because in the beginning, especially with toxic, it's almost very codependent, right?
Oh,
There's this
yeah, definitely.
yeah.
Yeah, especially my family was in Japan, so I didn't have
Oh no.
my family over here, so I was kind of stuck pretty much. Yeah.
Yeah. So you moved
Yeah.
to the States on your own?
Yeah, to go to school. Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay.
And then I met my ex-husband.
In school.
Yeah.
Oh
And it
wow.
went all downhill from there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. But you know what? For some odd reason, it's been 8 years and I love singlehood. It's just so
Yeah, me
good.
too.
Right?
I don't feel like I have to be with somebody.
Me too.
I mean, people tell you that you do, but oh my
Yeah. For
God.
me, it's there's completeness, contentment here.
Yeah.
Maybe in this story because I was in one relationship after the other, right? And they were all
Hmm.
toxic.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Why are there so many toxic people out there?
Well, you know what? It's a play of opposites, right? So,
Yeah.
but one
Maybe I'm
opposite
the
is not better
toxic
than the
one.
other. It doesn't matter, to be honest, right?
Yeah.
Because if you take away all the language, what's left? It's
It
just
was
it's
just
just a play if you look at it. It's a play of opposites.
mm,
But if you take away the words, there's not even opposites. It's just a play. It's just appearance, right?
yeah.
Yeah. So you're in Pennsylvania?
Indiana.
Indiana. Okay.
Yeah.
I often get confused with there's many states of United States, right? So,
Yeah.
um,
You're
how's
in
in Toronto,
Van
Canada?
Toronto. Yeah.
Yeah. There's a lot of Japanese people here too. There's a lot of great Japanese restaurants. I
Yeah.
love the restaurants. Like I love the isayaki restaurants.
Mm.
The little plates,
Isayaki.
Yeah, the little
Yeah.
plates. Good.
Yeah.
I even love what's that the sticky one that's supposed to be fermented? It's
Oh,
called
natto.
I
Natto.
love natto. Oh
Do
my
you love
goodness.
natto?
I love
I
natto.
do too,
So
but
when I go to those like like is one of those small
hmm
izayaki restaurants, right? They have those I always look for natto because you don't see it in commercialized Japanese stuff, right? So when I see a
right.
natto, I'm like, this is a good restaurant already
Oh
because they have
yeah.
natto, right? So
It's
because
an
it's
acquired taste though.
I
Yeah.
love it. I love it, right?
I
And then
love it too.
they have this there's this one that's natto that's almost like you create your own. There's a natto paste, you put some salmon roe. Oh, you don't, but
Mm.
natto is vegan, right? So you can eat
Yeah,
natto.
yeah.
Okay.
It's good for your
Come
gut
come
health
visit
too.
Toronto and I'll take you to
I
some vegan
will.
places. Yeah.
I thought about going to your retreat in September.
Oh,
Uh,
here. Oh, in Vancouver. In
yeah,
Vancouver.
Vancouver.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, because
you can
I
go.
never
You
get
can go. You
out.
don't get. Yeah, it might, just be good to meet people. You know what I'm saying? And
Mm-hmm.
just to. I'm gonna stop the recording because I'm gonna tell you something.